You should hear this, guys. XRP has accomplished yet another significant feat thus far because of the significant increase in price over the previous week. XRP is now the fourth largest cryptocurrency in terms of market capitalization, surpassing Binance Coin. By the way, the number of people who have XRP wallets in the range of 100,000 to 1 billion has reached its greatest level for this year, which has contributed to an amazing increase in price. So would you say that you're a part of the engine that drives the community? In addition, what are the chances that Ripple will be required to pay a lesser penalty cost as opposed to the initial $770 million? Lastly, why is XRP increasing in value? Is a significant development on the horizon for XRP in Ripple's swell? Stay with me to the very end to learn more about this topic. The open market continues to select the most successful cryptocurrencies as the cryptocurrency sector evolves. This transition is frequently reflected by a change in the rankings of the top assets based on market capitalization. The value of XRP has increased to the point that it has surpassed that of Binance Coin, making it the fourth most valuable cryptocurrency. According to the statistics provided by CoinMarketCap, BNB has a market cap of $37.1 billion, but XRP has surpassed BNB and now has a market cap of $37.2 billion. The fact that XRP was able to close the gap between its market cap and BNB's in the last week thanks to a significant spike of 22% in price is notable. During the same time frame, BNB merely increased, having struggled to keep up with the rest of the market ever since a bullish wave made its way back into the market in October. BNB is currently trading at $244, which is a decrease of 0.12% in the previous 24 hours. In comparison, the value of XRP has increased by 10%, and there are both technical and fundamental indicators pointing in the direction that it should continue to climb. The competition between XRP and BNB to become the fourth largest cryptocurrency is telling a story of contrasting good fortunes. To be more specific, the rise in the price of XRP has been partly linked to the fact that Ripple has been victorious in a number of its legal battles with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Ripple has received two favorable rulings from the courts, the first of which determined that XRP is not a security when it is traded on a secondary market, and the second of which rejected an appeal filed by the SEC against that significant decision. It would appear that the regulatory authority was prompted to withdraw its outstanding cases against the executives of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Lars, as a result of the pair of defeats. The idea among investors that a compromise is close at hand has also been bolstered as a result of this development. Binance's ongoing legal battles with the SEC, on the other hand, have made very little progress. You may remember that the SEC filed a lawsuit against Binance and its CEO, Xiaopeng Zhao, in June for violating securities legislation. The move, which resulted in a considerable decline in the price of BNB, has also hampered its growth, even if there has been a general recovery in the cryptocurrency market. In comparison to XRP, which has seen its value more than double since the beginning of the year, BNB has maintained a loss of 1% on the year-to-date chart. The price of XRP was trading at 33 cents when the year started, but it has now increased to roughly 68 cents. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell if you want to be the first one to get more updates regarding the most recent occurrences in reference to XRP. According to information derived from the crypto analytics platform Sentiment, the value of XRP has recently risen to its highest point since August 2nd. After a surge of 8.87% over the past few days, the price of the cryptocurrency is currently valued at 67 cents. In comparison to Bitcoin's expansion over the previous 3 months, XRP's rise has appeared to be detached. This is demonstrated by the fact that XRP's price has increased by 23% relative to Bitcoin over the course of the past week. The rise in XRP seems to be widespread given that its market capitalization has increased by 8.6% on top of a trading volume that has increased by 157.66% in the past 24 hours. Some of the most important aspects of XRP's ecosystem were discussed in Sentiment, such as the whale outlook and the social dominance structure. According to the data, XRP wallets that have 100,000 tokens to 1 billion tokens now possess 45.8% of the entire supply, which is a record high for this point in the year. This record is mind-boggling when one considers the unpredictable growth in the number of XRP holders from August 12th to the present day. From about the middle of August until about the 21st of September, the proportion of the entire supply that was held by XRP whales dropped substantially, causing the level of these whales to reach an incredibly high level. Up to the 23rd of October, this whale account's proportion of the entire supply stayed the same, although we welcomed the sporadic jumps. The rise that was observed demonstrates how unrelenting XRP whales may be in spite of the positive legal certainty that is now linked with the coin in the United States. The sentiment chart reveals that the talk of XRP on social media has experienced the most significant spike since the middle of July. This coincides with the rise in the price of XRP. Notably, the sentiment surrounding XRP is improving as a result of the court victories that Ripple Labs achieved against the US SEC between the months of August and October. In addition to this, the future of the XRPL has the promise of enormous prospects which whales are placing their bets on. There are many new developments that are making their way to the XRP ledger, and despite the fact that it has been marred by controversy, the introduction of its sidechain, Zaho has demonstrated that the XRPL protocol can compete with its Layer 1 peers, which will result in a good upside for XRP in the long term. Since XRP's price has recently broken through the 65-cent barrier, we cannot completely discount the possibility that it may eventually trade in the region of $1.10 to $1.40. Additionally, a legal spokesperson for the XRP community, attorney John Deaton, has continued to offer light on the probable outcome of the forthcoming remedies phase in the CCV Ripple lawsuit. Yesterday, Deaton made a speculative tweet in which he suggested that Ripple would be required to pay a lesser amount as penalties rather than the $770 million fine that the SEC is seeking. In its verdict on July 13, the court determined that Ripple's sales of XRP to institutional clients were unlawful, and it is important to note that the $770 million in question came from such transactions. As a consequence of this, Ripple could be required to pay a fine of up to $770 million for breaking federal securities laws through the institutional sales of its products. It is interesting to note that Ripple's attorney Deaton stated that the SEC's earlier arguments could result in Ripple paying a lower amount in penalties. According to Deaton, the SEC has indicated in several of its briefs that the possibility exists that 95% of Ripple's XRP sales will take place outside of the United States. When Deaton applied the calculation to the $770 million worth of XRP that was sold to institutional clients, he noted that an enormous $731.5 million would be subtracted from the entire sum, which would leave only $38.5 million. Additionally, Ripple's attorney Deaton suggested that the company will attempt to deduct reasonable business expenses from the anticipated fines. After the corporation pays the penalties, according to Deaton, the SEC will not be able to explain the amount of resources that were spent investigating the Ripple case. Deaton made this comment a few hours after he had scolded crypto people for claiming the SEC had won a 50-50 battle. According to the counsel representing XRP holders, the court's decision was more along the lines of 90-10 in favor of the blockchain corporation. Furthermore, the pro-XRP attorney projected that Ripple may end up with a 99.9% victory against the SEC if it pays only $20 million or less as a fine. This was based on the assumption that the SEC would find the company in violation of its regulations. It is important to bring to your attention the fact that the SEC in Ripple lawsuit is currently in the remedies phase. The court has given the parties an order to comply with its directive to provide a joint briefing schedule about the remedies on or by November 9th. On the other hand, if the parties are unable to reach a consensus prior to the deadline, they are obligated to make a joint motion asking the court to establish a schedule for the briefing. As the due date draws near, prominent attorneys have been engaging in conjecture over the different lines of argument that the blockchain startup may pursue during the remedies briefing. A recent tweet from attorney Jeremy Hogan added an interesting new perspective to the ongoing conversation. Attorney Hogan remarked with reference to the SEC case that the court determined that any form of discouragement needed to be fair. As a consequence of this, Hogan stated that Ripple would deduct its lawful business expenditures from the potential fines ranging from $700 million to $70 million. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.